When every day they have at least 2 wellness checks on us if we're in the mid-rise. One is if we don't go down to a meal, they come and check on us to make sure that we're okay. And another is if we hang an M for Moorings outside our door every night when we go to bed. And if we don't take that down in the morning, they come and check on us so that somebody knows if we're not okay. And this is a really nice feeling for someone who lives alone.
Well, just before I came, all my sirens went off in the house. And it wasn't 2 seconds later, security was calling to making sure that I was A-okay. They sent 2 people down. We finally got them off.
We moved from 4 acres of wooded land where I couldn't have a garden. And at the Moorings, I have a raised garden plot that totals 5 feet by 50 feet. And I just grow everything, including grapes. So we have everything. And it's a big thing for me. I enjoy it.
When you come in, the welcoming committee has assigns somebody to come and bring you some little food type gift and to just say hello and then quickly disappear, and then they come a couple days later. The first Friday of every month we have a social hour, and our new people are invited. They sit at a long table with their welcomer, and they talk for about a couple of minutes and tell a little bit about themselves, so anybody in the audience can say, I know, I was a librarian once. I have something in common with that person. And then we have wine and hors d'oeuvres, and everybody gets together. The whole room is filled with people, and they listen to the stories that the people have to tell, and then we give them a plant to take back to their apartment. Then after the social hour is over, they go into the private dining room and says, I'm so glad you're here. And I think it gives everybody a feeling of so much warmth to have everybody in the whole room come up and shake your hand and say hello, I'm glad you're here. It just carries itself on, and everybody says they feel so welcomed that they extend this to the next new people who come.
We've had art classes, we have music appreciation. We just had an author yesterday to make a presentation. So you have a lot to do, and people obviously can either do it or not do it, however they feel, but the opportunities are there.
We have many committees that people are on too. People can volunteer to be on committees for the library and activities, and the Altar Guild, the Spiritual Life Committee.
When I came into the Moorings, I had been working with some classes at Metropolis, which is a local theater, and they had a senior program, and it was wonderful. I so enjoyed it. And then when I came to the Moorings, I thought, I wish we had something like this. And I went to the person there, I think it was Laverne, and we talked a little bit. Oh, no problem. And we now have a group that does some very good work. We have some fun with it, and it was all because we asked, and it was no problem. You can do it.
To sum it up too, for me, I think the Moorings takes care of everything. They take care of your social needs, your physical, your emotional, and your psychological needs. What more do you want?
You want to do it while you make the decision, not somebody else.
I've been at the Moorings for 6 years. I was 63 when I moved in, and my friends all made fun of me. They said, why don't you move to a condo? And I said, no, I'm not going to move twice. I can treat this like a condo if I want to. I can have my apartment and close the door and not have anything to do with anybody. It was a wonderful decision, and of course now they're all making the same decisions, and they're having more trouble than I did. There are so many things to enjoy there that you don't have those things at home, and there's no stress. You know, no stress. If something goes wrong in my apartment, they come right away. The meals are fantastic. It's just a wonderful place to be, and sooner rather than later is much better.
Do it now. It makes such a big difference, and you've got a continuum. If you make that decision now, that you're settled in, rather than waiting until an emergency happens and then you're making that decision by yourself.
I would say that it helps to have looked around and seen a number of other places. I think it took us 2 or 3 years looking at everything that was opening up on the North Shore. And then, when it came right down to it, you could recognize the things that were important to you. And we found that at the Moorings especially, and with all the friendliness that went with it that we didn't always find other places.
I would encourage everybody, there's so many things to do and so little stress. It's a fantastic thing, and to make the decision before there's a crisis, and you have to make it, is a wonderful thing. To know that I'm secure and my son doesn't have to worry about dealing with a crisis.
I would like to say something to the people who are on the fence and trying to make a decision as to whether to go into a home like the Moorings. I would like to advise them, don't wait too long. Go in while you're still able to enjoy all the wonderful activities that we have. And it's just a shame to wait until you're past that point.
I would just like to make one comment about how when you put your own things into your villa or your apartment or whatnot, and put your pictures on the wall and everything, you feel like you're home. And that is an extra bonus, I think, that maybe you don't have everywhere, but they are so willing to pay attention to what color you want on the walls, and they'll come and put your pictures up for you, and all those things that when you finish and you sit down, you think, I'm home, you know?